The first seeds of humanity came across an abandoned town. As they wandered through its empty streets, they discovered a palace. Like all palaces, it was grand and eye-catching, but this one stood out for another reason. An otherworldly glow surrounded it. Curious, they made their way inside. At the heart of the palace, they found a massive brazier burning with a bright flame. Next to it sat a man. He remained silent until the visitors approached, then rose to his feet and spoke. I am the guardian of the eternal fire. As long as this flame burns, this city shall stand and humanity shall endure. And just like that, he vanished. The people were in awe. This mysterious event quickly turned into legend, passed down through generations, and so they followed the prophecy, standing watch over the flame within the palace. Over time, these watchers became priests, servants of the eternal fire. Years later, when followers of Kireve arrived in the town and heard the legend, they saw the ever-burning flame as a divine sign. They declared the town blessed by the gods and established the first doctrines of the Church of the Eternal Fire. From then on, at the heart of the north, in Novigrad burned a sacred fire, and with it, its devoted followers. Novigrad was both holy and well fortified, making it an attractive place for settlers. The city's population grew rapidly, eventually welcoming non-humans as well. Most people made a living through trade or craftsmanship, but some elves and especially druids started drawing unwanted attention from the Eternal Fire's priests. To the faithful, these races practiced dangerous magic that threatened the city's purity. Magic was only permitted in strictly controlled forms and amounts, and even in trade, selling most enchanted items was outlawed. Using magic, or worse, selling magical goods, was considered an insult to both the priests and their sacred flame. For believers, the eternal fire symbolized hope, resilience, perseverance, and the guiding light in times of darkness. It promised progress and a better future. It was said to shield the city from monsters and keep evil at bay. To question its power was seen as blasphemy. Over the years, the number of monsters did indeed decline, but that didn't stop the priests from dealing with the so-called monsters still lurking in the city. And since they saw most non-humans as monsters, you can imagine who became their main target. The hierarchy of the eternal fire was structured like a caste system. Priests were ranked accordingly, and a council of high priests selected the leader of the order. One of the most infamous figures to hold this position was Cyrus Engelkund Hemmelfart, a name Witcher 3 players will instantly recognize. He was elected fairly, but he was also notorious for his extreme racism. The religion itself was self-sustaining, but behind the scenes, it had strong enforcement mechanisms to eliminate threats and opposition. The most notorious of these was the Order of the Flaming Rose, later joined by the witch hunters, who scoured Novigrad and beyond, rooting out anything or anyone they deemed heretical. And so, under the watchful eye of these zealots, the eternal fire rose to power, spreading its influence through fear and fanaticism. What began as a holy light became a weapon, fueling a citywide purge against non-humans, many of whom were thrown into the flames in the name of purity. They were dangerous, yes, but above all, they were devoted. That's all I have to say about the eternal fire for now. See you in the next video. Take care.